Waltrip in the 55. Into the picture. Pushed by Casey Mears. Kenseth with Harvick behind him. Oh, there's contact. Stewart into the middle of the pack and over.
Fortune's out.
And a huge wreck to end this race. Matt Kenseth is going to get to the finish line first. Is everybody okay? And one of the championship drivers got through. Which ones didn't? Show you who was in the lead at the moment the caution came out. There's Stewart with Matt Kenseth. And you see clearly Kenseth out in front as the caution light turns to yellow.
Yeah, it looks like the first three.
Mears in the 13, Stewart in the 14.
You can see Tony just a little bit late in making that move to get back down. Harvick and Kenseth on the outside had a run, so they were literally going to go by him on both sides.
Watch the two. The championship leader somehow avoided getting really torn up in that.
See, it looked like Martin Truex was going to get through there. Bobby Labonte caught him right at the end.
They waited all day to do it, but it was big when it happened.
Yes, sir.
See, Michael Waltrip just barely catching the left rear quarter panel of Kevin Harvick. Get him involved. Stewart's car upside down on top of Casey Kane's number 5.
The first part of this race.
Very true.
Outside lane, hanging tough here on the restart.
Oh, here we go.
Got trouble. That's Casey Kane that goes sideways. Joey Logano nowhere to go.
Oh, my. Half the field is gone.
The big one at Daytona has happened at lap 97.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, the
Denny
18
Hamlin,
gets on its roof.
Kyle Busch rolls upside down.
Wow.
See the 26 car of Cole Witt, the 38 of David Gilliland.
Because you're so buckled in. Let's take a replay here. It looks like the 16 got into the 5 a little bit too hard and just turned him. And man, talk about getting piled up.
Watch the 3 car when we get another replay of Austin Dillon come shooting up through the middle and trying to avoid the accident.
26 of Cole Witt just got into the 18 to turn him over.
And watch Danica in this outside line right here. She and the 2 car of Brad Keselowski. Wow, that 1 car's up in the air right there.
All 4 tires were off the ground.
He just launched.
That was perfect. I mean, she just slowed it down enough to let everything clean off in front of her, as Brad did.
As they got to the corner, as you get to these corners, once the cars go up, they will come back down.
Especially when they slow down.
Yeah, when they slow down, they just come back down the racetrack. And that was, she was in the right place in this line to be able to whoa her car down, not get run over from behind, and just kind of right there, she's nose to nose.
That Austin Dillon that got through that? That 3 car, man, he did a nice job getting through there as well.
Nice job by him.
We ride with Kyle Busch, who at the end of this mess goes on his roof.
22 is pushing to 41. You need to get lower. We're in it.
Right here. And it was just because his...
No, Johnson's out of it. He can't go. Big wreck going to happen here on the front straight. No, man. You are kidding me?
All rolling. Second out, check it. Go low. Hold your line.
And then he gets pile-driven from behind.
He almost got through it. You could hear him kind of throttling through it, and then somebody got into the back of him.
All right, let's ride with Ricky Stenhouse.
Did the 1 break?
Next, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Everything's going fine. You think you're in the right place, doing a good job. All of a sudden, a bunch of cars go by you on the outside. And you're still lying and say, roll, what?
Whoa, trouble.
Boy,
the 2-car upside down, over and on to Scott Briggs. It's the big one.
oh, boy, who is that still flipping?
Sauter. It was Johnny Sauter.
There's not anybody left.
I mean, I only see about 4 or 5 cars that are coming around through 3 and 4 right now that were not in this race. You see Mike McLaughlin in 18. They're still getting upside down. Cars driving under cars. There has to be 25 cars over there.
There's Michael Waltrip. Mike is climbing out. He's okay. Watch the 2-car.
What caused this?
Oh, Meal got into Riggs.
It looked like Riggs had to maybe back out of the throttle a little bit because Kenny Wallace's car washed up as they come off the exit of turn 2 right there, the 48 car. Right here, this is turn 2. Kenny Wallace, the 48 car right there.
Oh, I don't know. It looked like Shane Meal possibly just got into the back of the 10 car.
The 47 car, yeah.
Yeah, got into Riggs. Look at that 2 flipping. Looks like Rusty Wallace's flip in the number 2 Winston Cup car here not many years ago.
And when it hit the grass, it even tumbled more. There's Randy LaJoy. Greg Biffle.
Oh, Biffle.
There's
Jay
Kerry Earnhardt.
There's everybody. Jack
Sprague,
Sprague,
our point leader.
And the track's completely
Tim Sauter.
blocked.
All the Sauters.
I think we did the right thing by saying who wasn't in it.
And because the track's blocked, NASCAR has displayed the red flag because the cars can't even get through on the back stretch.
It appears to me maybe 10 or 12 cars is all that's left. Boy, that 2-car went over big time and then gets hit, tumbles. That car's, look at that thing, Larry. It's turning every which way.
And then the 21.
And then he gets in the grass. Watch this.
Shot across.
Gets hit again.
Johnny Sauter, number 2, out of his car and okay.
Amazing.
There's Riggs sideways, and he was pretty close up to the wall, Darrell. I guess you don't know if he lost his momentum in his forward bite or if Meal just got into him.
Yeah,
there's no way to
hard
tell.
Say. You come off that corner and you can get a really run on a guy in front of you, and you think something happened to him, even though maybe it didn't.
And I stand corrected. It did not look like Kenny Wallace's car moved up the racetrack from that shot right there
I think
at all.
the 47 got in.
Fourth turn, end of lap 1. The leader's at record speed, but the rest of the field is in trouble back in the 4th turn. The most fantastic pileup in auto racing history takes 37 cars out of the race. Some drivers free themselves from the wrecked cars to find out, is anyone hurt?
Welcome back to Daytona.
It's the big one, gang. It's the big one. It's what we've all been fearing. This kind of racing is going to happen.
A horrible crash on the back straightaway that began when Tony Stewart got turned sideways against the backstretch wall, number 20. Jason Leffler, all torn up. The defending Cup champion, Labonte. Stewart, there's fire underneath the hood of Bobby Labonte's car. He's out. He's okay. This is the view. You see Tony Stewart moving inside his car. Steve Park's car demolished. And Stewart's car flew and then had a car land on it.
In front of his car, the roll cage is down on him. I tell you, and that doesn't look good. They're running in with the safety crew. There's Robbie Gordon, and I'm not so sure that car there didn't have something to do with the start of it. It looked like a yellow car got against the outside wall to me.
Ward Burton, perhaps the fastest car here, torn up. Robbie Gordon off turn 2.
It's happened up here. I think that this car right here, man, and look at. Is that Stewart's car?
That's Stewart's car. Rode right across the top of Robbie Gordon's car, the 4 car.
And I think everybody back up and look at it again. I think that the 4 and the 20 may have been that started that.
Stewart was the first car sideways. Here's the why.
Here's the 4 got into the back of Ward Burton, I believe.
And then Burton's 22 got into Stewart. And everybody scrambles.
That car is taking a whale of a ride, that 20 car is. It's getting hit. It's upside down. It's hit on its roof. It's on fire.
And here's another angle.
Coming off of turn 2 where we've said that it's the wind. Somebody got into the back of that car right there.
That's Ward Burton right there.
I saw a puff of tire smoke, and then everything let loose.
I think that's what started. Somebody got in back of Ward Burton off turn 2.
I'm pretty sure the 4 car got into the back of Ward Burton, turned him into the 20 car, and God help all of them because there's no.
The 18 drops down to the bottom. He'll block the inside line.
Why, a tough spot for Kyle Busch. What lane's he going to block? The outside lane. Now the inside lane's going to come.
Here comes the inside lane. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. back to the front. Another hood flap flies off. Oh, around goes the 18. The 42 collects the 17 as well. The 62 upside down. Brendan Gaughan upside down as he went back in front of the pack.
We're wrecked here, guys.
And the big one happens right at the front of the field.
That was crazy. Brendan Gaughan just flipped around, fortunately landed on his tires. Kurt pushing Kyle. It just hooked him. And look at Brendan Gaughan just flipped right over. It's like the nose of that Chevrolet just can't quite push him straight. It just can't do it.
Yeah, the 17 goes up to side draft. I don't think that affects the 18. It's the one just pushing his brother. It peels the 18 off to the right. It looks a lot like the 24 accident. Look at the 62, a full flip. Back on its wheels, thank goodness. Instantly stopped the flipping, put the car back in position. But a huge, huge accident.
You wonder though if the side force, like right here, if the side force didn't help push the car and roll it off the front bumper, right?
Yeah.
Just the air moved it
because
to
he's
the
trying
right.
to pull him back.
Yes, and just moved it, and then that helped with that pointed nose of the Chevrolet, the combination of the two.
Oh, this shot right here.
Yeah.
Coming right at you. Look at this 62.
Meet at the line here.
Oh, we got a crash.
48 goes around. The big one happening. The one's upside down.
Slow, big wreck behind you.
Kurt Busch climbed all over the top of the 41 of Custer. The 2 is around. Playoff contenders involved. Kurt Busch won a week ago. He's safe into the round of 8. Everyone else is still fighting for points and positions. The 62, Brendan Gaughan, his final NASCAR race was taking place, and he has severe damage to that car.
As the 48 car out of control through the tribal and gets into the left rear quarter panel and turns the 48.
Yeah, right there. The 14's pushing the 48. Gets him turning around. Now, off the right. Kurt Busch way up in the air. Fortunately, came down on his tires. There it starts, right there. That trial, we talked about it earlier, that is the worst place. That's where your car has the least amount of grip around this racetrack.
Look who's joined the party in the top 3. The 77 of Eric Jones and the 24. And around goes the 77 of Jones. Almost up over the wall as they hit hard.
That Kenseth?
The 20 of Kenseth involved, as is the 1 of McMurray. A big wreck coming out of turn 2.
Inside, watch your inside. All right, we're rolling, guys. 4 flat.
Riding along with the 20, you see the steering wheel shaking. Damage to the 20 now.
Yeah, one thing though, look at these marks on top of the steering wheel. They're relatively close to the top. That tells me that it's not major damage to the front suspension.
Not the same luck for the 1 of Jamie McMurray. You saw him. His day, I'm sure, is over.
In turn 2.
You can see they're coming off turn 2, and Eric Jones' car gets loose, puts a little bit too much wheel back to the right, and basically head on into the wall, and then major impact behind, got him up in the air.
I think that was Daniel Suarez, perhaps, that made the first impact. It looked like the 19 car, that orange and white car.
But as we mentioned, the 20 involved, the 1 of Jamie McMurray, both involved in the playoffs, part of the round of 12.
There's the big hit right there for the 20 car. You see Jimmy Johnson on the left-hand side of the screen sliding through.
Man, it's very good to see Eric Jones get out. That was a big, when those turn back to the right, look at this at real speed. Look how big this impact is right here.
And that's so easy to do, Rick. Right along with Matt Kenseth.
With him, middle lane. He's still out there. You see 3. Easy, easy, easy. Stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low.